Hello out there in cryptocurrency land. Welcome back to Real Crypto. Thank you for joining me once again today. All right, so we've got a nice little interesting setup in Bitcoin going on here. We talked about this last night when we were I don't think we were quite broken out yet when I made that video last night, but since then we did break out to the upside here. We're getting to that level of resistance, which I drew last time, and I'll go ahead and draw it again here. We kind of have a box of resistance forming right here. Okay, there's your box of resistance forming right there. We're getting right to the top of it again, and looks like we failed so far. 1 hour, 13 minutes left in this 2-hour candle. Look where the volume is. So I would anticipate a possible high volume sell candle up in this area. May lend credence that this move could be completed, although it's really just one signal, and one signal does not kill a move generally, especially when the signal isn't even complete yet. But at this point in time, Bitcoin is still in that uptrend, and we have two measured move targets. You can see those right here by these two measured move lines that I've drawn. This is probably the more likely one since it's the later one that I drew. And this particular one has a price target of $9,092.239375548. So basically about $9,100, which if you look to the left of my hash mark, if the last candle you run into correlates perfectly with the breakdown of this particular pattern right here. The bear flag breakdown also coincides very nicely, $9,091, whoops, with the 200 period moving average, which is $9,174 in Bitcoin on the daily chart. So a lot of signals coming together there. So is that going to be the next top before the next breakdown? It's possible. It's hard to say exactly. Trading is an imperfect science and an imperfect art. And that's just kind of what the chart's showing me right here. Looks like it could play out, though. It's completely irrational to have a bounce like this after this kind of action. It also would resolve nicely this, looks like I've already drawn that trend line. It would resolve nicely this declining wedge that we've had and that we broke out of. So that would give us a nice bounce to the upside and give us some more pressure to move down lower. Keep in mind, in a bear market, the more you move up, the bigger the moves to the downside are going to be, okay? That's kind of a general rule of thumb. So Bitcoin, while in the short term it may move up, in long term it's still in a bear market. We're more than likely still going to move lower. The 200-day moving average and the 50-day moving average are going to cross, which is known as a death cross. And it's not as bad as it sounds, although it can end up being as bad as it sounds. That's going to happen no matter what, like I said in my last video. And the day just closed here 48 minutes ago. You can see how tight these two are. They're within, $300 of each other. So they're going to cross here the next couple of days. Now, something else I wanted to point out to you as well is that since Bitcoin's been bouncing here, notice I'm not calling it a rally, I'm calling it a bounce. While we've been bouncing here, market cap's back over $300 billion. And I want to point out to you guys what's been moving. Let's look at the quality that people are flying to. In a bear market, everyone's moving to the coins that they like for whatever reason. Quality in whatever they deem quality as. I know some people don't think EOS is quality, but EOS up 35%. Cardano up 21%. NEO up basically 12.5%. You've got Qtum up 61%, still continuing its rally, which actually from a little over a week ago with my last end of the week video, still continuing that rally, up tremendously from the lows. And you've got, I hate to shout out Bitcoin Gold, but there's Bitcoin Gold, and really not much else. You're going to see a couple of double-digit gainers. We got ARK, 8share, KuCoin. We got Factum up a little bit, but a majority of these smaller altcoins are having smaller bounces. Typically, isn't it the reverse? Typically, isn't these smaller altcoins bounce a tremendous amount compared to the larger altcoins? We're seeing the biggest bounce in the highest quality coins, leading to a more defensive posture in the market. All right, if we were going to go back into a speculative bubble, if this was the bottom, you would think all these smaller altcoins would be up much more than they are, when in reality you've got Qtum, which is a big network that's taken a beating. And these other big networks that have taken a beating like EOS and NEO and Cardano, these are the ones that are bouncing. These are the ones that are up significantly. So, stick that in the back of your mind when the market is kind of showing you bearish action. You want to look for the bright spots, because if and when we do turn bullish, which I don't anticipate is turning bullish, but when we do later on in the year at some point in time, these are the ones you're going to want to have circled on your list, because this is how it goes. This is what's going to happen. You're going to go, I remember a Real Crypto talking about EOS up 35% one day, and you're going to look at it and it's up like, 400% in a week, and it's like one of the best performers. I remember Real Crypto talking about Cardano, EOS up 35%, and Qtum up huge. All those coins that were going up really well during the bear market bounces were the ones that were actually, leaders. And the markets kind of cycle like that. These leaders will cycle through. So, but anyway, it's interesting to see the flight to quality in the crypto space. So you want to know what quality is in the crypto space? Look at what's happening. Look at what they're accumulating during these bounces. And so that's kind of what's happening there. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, not going to go too much deeper than that. Looks like my time is up. All right, guys, thank you for joining me today. I will see you next time.